Hello, welcome to another video from EarnPed.com. I'm StevieB on Next Island, making a video for you guys that is going to be super important. So let's jump right into it. This will be one of the CRP 23 videos. So this is going to be a mission video. Let's get right to it. We have a very special celebrity guest joining us today. So to get started, we're at Tanzanite View. I'm at the Tanzanite View teleporter. We're facing northwest. And we're going to take off running to the northwest, and then we're going to veer off to the left over here. We're looking for the Haruspex Elder, and we're going to get a quest that you're going to definitely want if you're going to go to be Uber someday. We're going to be going for the Moloch Depths Quest, which I've already got active here. So this little purple blob is the Haruspex Elder, and I'll get into the why, what, when, where here in just a second. But in keeping with the rules for CPR, let me explain that to get this quest, you come to the Haruspex Elder. I will put the waypoint in the description below, and you interact with him. Now, I've already interacted with him, but in keeping with the rules for CRP 2023, you will see in your bottom left-hand corner, I've actually got the static dialog boxes. Took forever to put this together, but let me run through what happens if you don't yet have the mission and you come to the Elder and you click on it to interact. So the first dialog box that pops up is going to be this one that gives you the options between the mission for Trust Bridge or Moloch Depths Quest. You're going to want Moloch Depths Quest. And then once you select that, the next one that pops up is going to say, "Greetings, human. We have been hoping to find someone from your colony." Your reply is, "Greetings, Elder. What can I do for you?" You simply click that. And then the next one that's going to pop up is going to say, "We seek your help. A great tragedy has occurred within our realm." You simply click what happened. And the next one is going to be, "We desired to thank your human colony for the immense support and continual assistance you have provided between this planet and the interdimensional land modeled after old Earth's ancient Greek civilization. To this effect, we designed an armor set built to human specifications and needs. It's a very powerful armor intended to protect the wearer from a variety of denizens of this and other worlds." So the response that you click is, "That sounds amazing, thank you, but what's the problem you need help with?" The next one that's going to pop up is, "We contracted the actual formation of the armors to the Molochs in ancient Greece, a primordial race of Bullman miners. However, unbeknownst to us, they have apparently been corrupted by the influence of the Demra, and that has persuaded them to keep the armors. They have stolen our gift to you." So you click the reply, "Well, that's just wrong. I'm sorry." And the next one that pops up is, "You may not fully understand the ramifications of this action. The Molochs are very powerful, and with this armor, they may attempt to take that world, especially if they are under the influence of the Demra corruption. We need you to stop them, to fight them in their depths and retake the gift." So here you've actually got two options. You can just go, nope, big nope, hell nope. I don't know what would happen. I've never seen anybody click that. I would assume it would just shut it off. But the one you're going to want to click is the first one. "You don't have to tell me twice. I'm all over it. Where do I find them?" You will need to access the land they live in, some conglomeration of mythical magic interpreted by the corruption that formed ancient Greece, developed into a blood sacrifice requirement. You will need to kill some beasts and bring certain materials and oils in order to be permitted into their domain. Once there, you'll need the sweat of those beasts to enter their underground demesne. And then you reply, "I will go at once. I don't even like cows that much." And the very last one that pops up just says, "Hurry, human. We value this burgeoning friendship between our races and would not see it destroyed by the Demra." And your reply is, "Hurrying!" exclamation point. So that is the static dialog boxes that pop up whenever you very first get the Moloch Depths Quest from the Haruspex Elder here at Tanzanite View. So I'm going to go ahead and get those off the screen for you because that's just somewhat annoying, and that is a long, complicated way of saying you click through all of that and you're given the quest. Now, I've actually got the quest active here. It's kill 5,000 screechers, 2,000 desert crawlers, 1,000 great white sharks. So as I'm going to go get started in actually working on this quest, we're going to bring in the celebrity guest for the day. So everybody give a big, big round of applause and StevieB sips and smacks welcome to the one, the only, the world famous Swedish chef. Chef, how are you doing today? Well, good to have you with us, brother. Good to have you with us. Man, I'm going to jump over to Crystal Peak Teleporter. So to get this mission done, I'm going to have to kill 5,000 screechers, 2,000 desert crawlers, and 1,000 great white sharks. Now, why don't you tell everybody kind of the little kicker to this mission? Why don't you get us started with explaining what else you have to do other than just the kill counts? That's absolutely right. So if you noticed in the dialogue boxes, if you caught into it, it was kind of implied that you don't just have to kill the creatures, you actually have to bring back some kind of a sacrifice, a gift, as it were, like a blood sacrifice. So what they mean by that is, as the Swedish chef has pointed out, there is certain loot that whenever you're done with the kill count mission, you will have to turn back in to the same Haruspex Elder at Tanzanite View in order to complete the mission chain. And as Swedish chef just informed us, the loot is as follows: 2,000 Danburite crystal, 428 citrine crystal, 834 perpite crystal, 4,000 animal eye oil, 500 animal adrenal oil, and 200 animal pancreas oil. Now, Chef, explain to people why this is one of the most important missions that players can do on Next Island in Entropia Universe in 2023. Why is this a mission chain that new players, medium level players, and high level players all want to get knocked off their to-do list? That's absolutely right, Chef. So Next Island really did a great job with the Moloch Depths. Once you get access to the Moloch Depths instance itself, what's really cool is those Molochs do have a lot of high markup loot, like those tiering components like the chef was talking about. And not only are you going to be in there grinding out those high markup items in the loot pool, but you have that 1 in a gajillion chance at that unlimited Titan armor, that super valuable, super rare armor that sells for like 10 to 15,000 ped per piece. So you're talking armor that can be worth 1,000 to 1,500 United States dollars per piece, and it's some of the best armor in game, some of the best armor you can get in Entropia, just like Chef said. So this is definitely somewhere you want to eventually end up. Getting into that Molec instance is very important for anybody who is planning to someday be Uber, planning to someday be going after those Uber items that are worth the big money while grinding out that markup on a day-by-day basis. But Chef, how can that benefit us as low-level players starting today? What if we're low-level? What if we're free-to-play? What if we are, low depot players? What if we're just getting started in Entropia in 2023? What if we aren't already at the Uber level? What if that does us no good? How can this mission chain benefit us? That's absolutely right, Chef. So you'll notice that we start with the 5,000 screechers. They have somewhere between 100 to 200 HP, give or take, depending on male or female. And you're absolutely right, Chef. There is a difference in the screechers. The blue screechers are the male screechers. They drop Nova fragments. They have a pretty okay loot pool. But Chef, you are absolutely right. The black screechers over here, those are the ones we really want to go for. Those are the females. And the females have an even better loot pool. And guess what? They don't drop Nova fragments. You're absolutely right, Chef. They drop those sweet blazer fragments with that sweet markup. So, Chef, when we're working on this as a new player, specifically if we're here at Crystal Peak, can you explain to people why we would want to come to Crystal Peak to hunt these screechers? especially the black females with the great loot pool and the great markup blazer fragments. Why would we want to do it at Crystal Peak? Why wouldn't we want to do it somewhere else necessarily? That's right, Chef. As you'll notice, this is kind of unique in Entropia. These terminals over here, when I run up, there's a red spark, and then I start to heal. So this is one of the only places in-game that these terminals just have this free healing capability. I believe there's one other on Next Island, as Chef said. And you're absolutely right, Chef. What that means is we can target the female screechers with that great loot pool, that great high markup loot, while getting defense skills. And then if we happen to get a blue one on us, a male screecher, we can just drag him over to this turret, and it will turret him just like you said, just like you see here. And if we take damage, we don't even have to fap. We can just come heal up, just get that red spark at these terminals, just like that. Bada bing, bada boom, the game will heal us for absolutely free. So as a new player, we can target the female screechers with high markup loot and a good loot pool. We have a turret for the male screechers, and we've got free healing at the terminal, no fapping needed. We can even do this naked or in our mankini, because a whole lot of nude isn't XXX rated. And we can be sure and get those sweet, sweet defense skills too. But what do we do after that? How can we use this to continue to progress?
It's very the pepper's awesome, dude.
Boy, Chef, you are absolutely right. You're just hitting everything on the head today. You're giving out all the tips that I would usually give out since I can't give them out. Man, you're absolutely right. We can knock out these screechers, get the codex, get the skills, and then if we're a low-level player, we can wait and come back for the desert crawlers when we get to higher level. They've only got 500, 600, 700 HP, and you can find those at the north part of the map, just like Chef said. They're usually up here in the top left, close to Shatterrock. Very easy to find. And then we can wait until we're even higher level, and by the time we can do the 1,000 Great Whites, which, as Chef said, you can usually find over here on the very left side of the map, kind of in this area over here, the very, very west part in the water. By the time we can do those 1,000 Great Whites, which have 1,000 plus HP, we're probably going to be on the road to Uber. By that time, we're probably pretty close to being ready to get into Moloch Depths. So by that time, we will have most of the loot we need. And Chef, you're absolutely right. Like you said, that stuff that we need to hand into the Haruspex Elder, yes, we can save it as we get it in our loot, or depending on the person's bankroll and their play level and how long they think it's going to take them to get through this quest, you're absolutely right. You could just buy all the loot that you have to turn into the Haruspex Elder right before you go to turn it in. So you could actually do all 8,000 kills and then just go buy all those things, and once you had the required loot to turn in, then go back. So you could actually sell your loot as you go, get the markup out of it, and then buy it back later. You're absolutely right, Chef. Well, Chef, we want to thank you for being with us today. We really appreciate your help, because I can only talk about the actual mission itself, the actual steps for walking through it, the dialogue boxes. I can't give people those tips on how to play smarter, not harder, or make their ped go further. So I really appreciate you stepping in and being our celebrity guest today to be able to say all the things in the video that I can't say. We have a lot more videos that we're going to be making, not just here on Next Island, but on other planets too. We want to showcase the best of Entropia for you guys. We want to put out the best videos with the best information to tell you guys where the best opportunities are, but not just that, how to take the opportunities that are in-game, the missions that are in-game, and how to do it smarter, not harder. Yeah, you could bang out all 5,000 Screecher kills with male Screechers. The loot pool's just a little bit better with the female Screechers. You could do it and get loot that has a little bit less markup, but why when you can do it with loot that has more markup? So, Chef, I really appreciate you stepping in and saying all those things that I couldn't say. That means a whole lot to me, man. Hopefully we can have you back in future videos. I know you're super busy with your pals and you've got a lot of your own work to get done, so I'm going to let you go, man. Guys, I want to thank you for checking out this video and for checking out the Moloch Depths Quest. It's a quest that any player, low level, mid level, or high level, is going to be interested in some form or fashion. If you plan to be in Entropia long term, it's going to be one of the top missions on Next Island and probably in game that you're going to want to get marked off your to-do list. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for today, and we will be back with more for you later this week, so be sure and stay tuned. Like I said, I will be traveling the galaxy, so I will be hitting Arcadia, Cyrene, and some other planets. Guys, head over to earnped.com, because when you earn, we earn. That's by far the best way you guys can help support us. Be sure and use the links on the website. They will take you to hideout.tv. Hideout will automatically add us as a redemption option. And guys, be sure and hit all three of those buttons: subscribe, like, and the bell icon, because when you hit all three, it helps us, it helps support us, but it also gives our videos bigger reach, a bigger audience. YouTube will show our videos to more people, and a lot of times those people have never heard of Entropia before. It's their first exposure to the game. They start watching the videos, they start watching the channel. Next thing you know, they're downloading the game and they start playing. So because you hit those three buttons today on this video, it's very possible that somebody may see this video. They may end up being a society mate of yours. They may end up buying something off auction off you, and it's all because we got that exposure because of you. So yes, it helps us, but it helps the development teams, it helps the planet partners, it helps MindArt, it helps the game, it helps the community, the economy, and it may inadvertently help you too. So do it. Guys, we really appreciate it. And a big shout out to the Next Island development team. As I've always said, if I'm going to be your biggest critic when you do something wrong, I've got to be your best critic and your biggest fanboy when you do things right. And the Moloch Depths Quest, it's not just a great instance with a great opportunity for great armor and great markup and a great way to make PED once you reach the higher levels of the game. It's also a great quest to help people, even if they're starting off today, slowly reach their end goal of getting to that level, of getting to the place where they have the ability to go after that kind of loot. And the Next Island development team has done a great job integrating this with features like this auto healing revive system here at Crystal Peak, with pairing that with a great loot pool for the female screechers to give new low-level, free-to-play, and low-depot players a chance to go after some good markup early on. So big shout out to the Next Island development team. We really appreciate all the hard work they've done to take Next Island from a formerly dead planet to a thriving metropolis full of yummy markup. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. Sip, smack, smack. Again, a big shout out to the Swedish chef. We really appreciate you being with us, brother, and we will see you guys later. Take care, guys.